Welcome back students. This video is for class 9 computer application students. In this video I am going to discuss about what is an operator, what are the different type of operators in Java, and I am going to revise some of the operators which you have done last year, and I am going to teach few more operators in Java. What is an operator? Operator is a symbol which is used to perform some calculation. We are familiar with mathematical operators, like we use plus, minus, multiplication sign. So these are some of the mathematical operators we use for some calculation. So basically these are some symbols. These are not digits, these are not characters, letters. So these are some symbols which are used for some calculation. Same way in Java programming, there are certain symbols which are used for performing calculations. Like we use plus, minus, this is for multiplication, this is for division, this is for finding the mod, then apart from this we use greater than sign, etc. etc. So there are many symbols we use in Java programming for performing certain calculation. So now these symbols are categorized as arithmetic, relational, logical, etc.
Operators in Java can be classified based on the following criteria. One is the number of operand it uses, the other one is the type of operation it performs. Based on the number of operands it uses, the operators are classified as unary, binary and ternary. So these are the three different forms of operators based on the number of operand it uses for calculation. Based on the type of operation it performs, it is classified as arithmetic, relational, logical, bitwise, assignment, shorthand, increment, decrement and conditional operators. Among these operators, last year you have learned unary and binary operators, and this year I will be teaching you ternary operators. Among these operators, you have already learned arithmetic, relational, logical, assignment and increment decrement operators. This year I will be teaching you shorthand and conditional operators. All these operators belongs to any one of this form. That is, increment decrement belongs to unary form, arithmetic, relational, logical, bitwise, assignment and shortcut belongs to binary form, and conditional belongs to ternary form. How do we decide whether it is unary, binary or ternary? It is based on the number of operand it uses. I have already explained. For unary operators, it requires one operand followed by the operator. For binary, it requires two operands and the operator will be placed between two operands. For ternary, the operator will be placed between three operands.
Arithmetic operators, and you have used those symbols for calculations. You know the purpose of each symbol we use in arithmetic operator, but still I'll do a slight revision on that. The symbols used in arithmetic operators are and the purpose everyone knows. This is for addition, this is for subtraction, this is for multiplication, this is for division, this is also for division. So now two things I said, this is division, this is also for division. Two operators which is for division. Then what is the difference between both? What is the difference between both? So now this operator will give the quotient as answer after dividing, and this will give you remainder as answer after division. That's the variation. Last year we have done in detail. Okay, so I'll move to the next one, that is relational operators. The different These are the different relational operators, and this is greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, equal to. The purpose of equal to is to check if two values are equal, and this is not equal to. This is not equal to. To check if two values are not same. Now, basically these operators are used for comparing two values, whether it is like which one is bigger, like that. Okay, so now the output of this will be a Boolean value. Output of this relational operators will be a Boolean value. Now these are the logical operators. This is AND operator, OR operator and NOT operator. Logical operators can be used between two relational expression. Now what is two relational expression? For example, you have A greater than B. This is one relational expression. Where will we use this? If condition, right? Okay, so even you can write directly in an output statement to get a result, or you can use it in if condition to check if two value, like if value is bigger than the other value. Okay, so now this is one relational expression and this is another relational expression. Now this logical operator can be placed between two relational expressions. What are the possible outputs you can get for this? It can be true or it can be false. Same way, this can be true or false. Now, if both the expressions are giving the result as true, your final output will be true. If any one of that, at least if one of that, if it is false also, your entire result will be false. So that is a function of AND operator. So both the conditions should be true. AND means both the conditions should be true. Like if you recollect what you have done in your Boolean algebra, you will be able to understand better. If the result of both the expressions are true, your output will be true. If any one of that is false, or if both are false, your output will be false. And the next operator is OR operator. So OR is also used to connect two relational expressions. But the difference between OR and AND operator is, here at least if one expression is giving the answer as true, your output will be true. If any one of this expression gives a result as true, your entire output will be true. In case if both the outputs, both the results are false, your output will be false. That's the difference. Now, NOT means, the next is NOT. NOT means it's the opposite of what you write. For example, if you write not A greater than B, that means suppose if you have 2 and 3 here, not 2 and 3 means first it does whether 2 greater than 3. Is it true? No. it is false, right? When it is evaluated, 2 is not greater than 3. So your result will be false. Not false means, what is opposite of false? True. So your result will be true. So this not will give you the reverse of the output. Reverse of the first processed output. The first processed output, if it is true, not true will be false, and if it is not false means it will be true. Try to understand it. It's like even last year we have discussed in Boolean algebra, how does a not operator work. Not will like invert the output. Invert means, like if it is true, the output will be false, and if it is false, the output will be true. Next is assignment operator. I believe everyone remembers which is an assignment operator, that is equal to sign. This is an operator which is used to assign a value to a variable. For example, if we write it as, this is one statement in Java. Now we are assigning the value 5 to this variable. So this operator we call it as assignment operator. The next is shorthand operators. Now this is short form of some simple expression. So there are different shorthand operators, that is plus equal to, minus equal to, star equal to, slash equal to, and mod equal to. These are the different shorthand operators. Okay, so now what does this plus equal to do? Suppose if you write it as A plus equal to B. So now this is one example of shorthand operators. Okay, now if you write it as A plus equal to B means A is equal to A plus B. The meaning is A is equal to A plus B. The meaning of this statement is A is equal to A plus B. So what it does is, the value of A will be added with the value of B, and the result will be stored in the same variable. That's the thing. Okay. Now, if you write it as what does this mean? The meaning is that is the new value of A is equal to the old value of A minus 6. What does it mean? The new value of A is equal to the old value of A minus 6. Okay. So now similarly, all these operators, like if you say, if you take means A is equal to A star 7. Means A is equal to A slash 5 and A mod equal to 10 means A is equal to A mod. Okay. So I hope everyone understood this part. Next is increment decrement operators. These are the two increment decrement operator. This is increment operator and this is decrement operator. You have learned this increment and decrement operator last year in detail, and you have written you have solved the questions based on increment decrement operators, like finding the output questions. And it's very important, even for the board exam, there will be a sure question based on this in section A. Most of the time there will be at least one question you can expect from increment decrement operators. Now this increment decrement is further classified as pre-increment and post-increment. Similarly, this is pre-decrement and post-decrement. Increment is incrementing the value of the variable by 1. Decrement means decreasing the value of the variable by 1. Example of pre and post increment is, this is plus plus a and this is a plus plus. Both are for adding 1 to the existing value of this variable, and it stores in the same location. But what the pre-increment does is, pre-increment does the updation first. It increases the value and it updates the memory and then it processes it. What does this post do? Post will do the calculation and then it updates in the memory. So that is, here it is, first it does it. First it increases the value, then updates the memory and it processes the remaining part of the statement. And the post will do the calculation, then it increases the value and updates the memory and it continues its process. Same way, pre-decrement and post-decrement. Okay? The last operator, the last operator which I am going to explain is conditional operator. Conditional operator is question mark and colon together. So now this conditional operator belongs to ternary form. This belongs to ternary form of operators. Ternary, I explained, it requires 3 operands to perform a calculation. So since the conditional operator uses 3 operands, this is classified as ternary form of operator. The structure of writing this conditional operator is, structure or the format of writing is, variable is equal to a condition, question mark, true part, colon, false part. The meaning of this statement is, where like the result of this side will be assigned to this, that everyone knows. Okay, I'll explain this part. Okay, now there is a condition. The condition will give you the result as true or false. Okay, so check the condition. If the condition is true, do this part of the code or statement, and if the condition is false, do this part of the statement. For example, okay, so now here I have written A greater than B question mark. That means this part will be done and the result will be checked. Okay, is it greater? If is A greater than B? If it is say yes or true, it goes to this part. So the value what will be assigned to this variable C is this value. If this part of the code is true, this part will be executed. If this is false, this will be executed. This will be done. Anything what is here, anything, if there is some evaluation to be done, that will be done. Here I have just given the variable, that means the value of the variable will be the result, and the result will be stored over here. Listen carefully. Now this condition will be checked. It is like if the value of A is greater than B, then if it is true, this will be done. If this condition is false, this will be done. If A value is 5 and B value is 3, what will go here? This is 3, sorry, this is 5 and this is 3. The meaning is 5 greater than 3. Is it true? Yeah, this is true. So which part of the code gets executed? This part. So the value of A will be assigned to C. So C will have the value as 5. This is the output. Because this condition is true. Suppose if I change my value to 13 here, instead of 3, I made it as 13. That means 5 greater than 13. Is it true? No, the condition is false. So immediately it does this part. It goes to the false part of the code. So what is false? That means the value of B will be assigned. So the value of C will be the value of B, that is equal to 13. I hope you have understood. So repeat watching this part till you understand it. It's basically check the condition, and if the condition is true, do this first part, that is the true part, and if the condition is false, move to the false part of it. Okay. So now when I say condition true, false, it is somewhere close to what you have done last year, that is from your decision making chapter, that is based on your if condition, right? Okay. So now this statement can be used in place of your if statement. In place of your if statement, you can use this conditional operator. Suppose if you have a code like if okay, imagine you have a block of code like this. Imagine you have a code like this. Now this can be written using conditional operator as the final result is stored in C variable. So C is equal to, what is the condition you are using here? That is A is equal to 5. So A equal to 5, question mark. What is to be done when this condition is true? That is C is equal to A plus 5. So C is the final result, and A star 5. A star 5. And else means when the condition is false, it moves over here. So that means when it is false, do. Is it clear? Okay, ending with semicolon. I hope you all understood this ternary operators.